them. The people. It's our scholars. Hello, people. Hello, world.
What's going on, scholars?
Very scholastic of you all. How's everyone doing? Welcome to the Educated Brothers podcast.
Welcome.
Those of you that have been longtime listeners and viewers, welcome back. Those of you that are brand new to the show, welcome.
Yo, season 2 been fire, bro.
Season 2, and the craziest part about it is, as the season progresses, y'all are seeing some stuff that hadn't even like we put up snippets and stuff like that. Like, y'all don't know what else we have in store for this season, but we definitely gonna have some more fun. That's needless to say.
Woo!
That's needless to say.
Woo! You know what they say?
As you can see.
You know what they say, brother.
As you can see.
Oh, to beat a man, you gotta beat the man. Woo! So you can see the champions. Woo! Listen, I'm on one, baby.
He on 3, y'all.
We're a couple of weeks removed from WrestleMania, but, you know, I'm set tripping. I got the AEW shirt on.
With the WWE belt.
WWE belt,
but if you the champ, what they gonna tell you, bro?
What they gonna say to the champ?
You feel me? Watch out!
But let's get into it. Oh, scissor me, daddy, yes!
To anyone out there that doesn't watch wrestling, you got to watch wrestling in order to understand it. Because I used to be a more avid wrestling fan, and then as the years went on, I stopped watching it as much. So when I first got introduced to the group, the tag team, I was like, ain't no way in hell that's a real tag team. My boy showed me the walkout on all that.
Shout out to the Acclaim. You know, you got to represent. You know, I don't get paid by either of us, so I'm gonna represent both. You know, I watch both.
Hey, you speak it out there. Who knows?
Listen,
who knows who could be paid?
My fantasy football team was called Scissor Me Daddy Ass too. We almost won it. We almost took it.
Almost. But guess who actually won? This guy right here.
Almost doesn't count.
This guy right here. You're talking to the champ, the real champ. You know what I'm saying?
But
you know what I'm saying? Something like. Just my second win in 4 years. Something like.
Dante won by a technicality.
I won because the commissioner said that it was okay.
Let me tell
you. So
what
I'll do is, no. Let me tell my story. Don't try to throw me under no bus. I'm going to keep it funky. So what happened was, and it's the truth, y'all. We played a fantasy league. We got all the way to the playoffs. We got all the way to the end. Mm-hmm. Those of y'all that keep up with football, you know what happened with the young gentleman on the Bills.
DeMar Hamlin.
Yeah, and once that happened, that threw everything in the fantasy football league into a frenzy. Everyone who's done fantasy football this year, if you were in that final game, you know exactly what I'm talking about.
Yep, and I had, not in our league that we were in together, but I was in another 2 leagues in the final game.
Mm-hmm.
And one, it affected it, but I still ended up winning the league. But the other one, it affected it. I was down by 60 points, but I had 4 players playing in that game. So there was a good chance that I could have taken it.
That was a good possibility.
But since they, you know, go ahead. You.
But since that happened to a lot of people, I asked the commissioner. We all did. Yo, commish, how are you going to handle what has happened? Because we don't know right now. It's going to be postponed. It's going to be canceled. We don't know. The commissioner of our league stated that whoever was winning at the time of that unfortunate event then wins the title. So if you want me to concede and say like, yeah, you know, it's just not right. No, forget all that, because let me tell you something. Those of you that do fantasy football know how it is. You get all the way to the championship. Don't you dare tell me that my team, we were winning. If you want to get technical, I understand what you're getting ready to say, but we were winning. If the commissioner says,
calm down before you knock the wine over the.
Oh, I'm good. I'm good, because you know there's people in the league that are still hot about it. But you know what?
Listen,
I'm gonna look in this camera right here. I'm chilling with my belt. Keeps me nice and warm at night. You want it back? Beat me next year.
You know what keeps me high? My degrees.
You know what keeps me warm at night? That's right. Those degrees.
No, but listen, I can't.
But shout out to Jelani though. I hope you do watch these episodes, brother. You know we here.
No,
I'm just going with the commission said. That's all I'm saying.
We're gonna force his ass to watch this episode. I'm gonna tag him in and shit, because Jay, I feel for you. I thought it was fucked up how they did you.
Hey,
I'm not. It's not my skill. It's not my shit to speak on.
If the commission come up to you and say, "Hey, I want to give you this title," you want me to be like, "Nah, man. What's going to happen is
you ain't see the basketball commercial from back in the day. You supposed to be a good sport.
I was a good sport.
Coach, I fouled him. Give him the ball back.
And let me tell the people, because the real truth is, I even wanted to split it. I was like, yo, let's split it down the middle. We co-winners and call it a day. The commissioner said no. So you want me to go against what the commissioner says? But commissioner says this is how it is. It's unfortunate.
Once you receive the money,
yeah,
could you have not still given him?
Absolutely. We got bills to pay. We got to keep the lights on. All right. I don't play all these games to just like give it all away. Like I was going to, but commish said that you win. So like, yo, commish said I win. I got bills to pay, bro.
Understand? I'm not a bit mad at you for it.
Listen,
I understand completely.
Jelani is my boy. He's more he's closer to you, but that's my boy. I don't got no beef with Jelani. And if you mad at me, bro, I get it and I understand. However,
at this point, we all boys. We've been in the same football league for damn near 15 years.
Hey, yo, and the craziest part, we've been playing with Jelani for like what?
He's been
6 years? No, I just met him last year.
He's been in it for every year.
And I just met him this year. Listen, but Jelani's my boy. And like I said, there's no bad blood, at least on my end. I know you might be a little salty, but yo, the commission said, bro.
Shout out to Jay.
That's still the homie.
Clap it up for Jay, because on top of
the homie.
Finishing running up in the league,
he did get a champion in another league.
Jay just became a dad.
Shout out to that fatherhood.
So Dante took his baby money.
When you put it like that, that makes me seem like a super villain. But you know what? Sometimes it's all about perspective. It's all about perspective. I'm a good guy in my story, but I'm pretty sure I'm a villain in anybody else's.
You sound like Black Adam.
How?
He thinks he a good guy.
Listen, that's what you're not going to see. What you're not going to do is compare me to Dwayne, because he single-handedly ruined that entire movie franchise. Yo. I didn't ruin the league. The commish said that I won, and I just went with the commish said.
You got a bloodline?
If the director walked up to the Dwayne and was like, yo, you know what? You right. You're about to be a real hero. We're going to make Black Adam a hero. You think he's going to be like, no, he's actually a bad guy. No, he's going to get what he wanted, right? All right, well, director, you the one in charge, so that's what you say. I'm going to go with what you say, bruh. Shout out to Jelani, though. That's still my boy.
I wasn't in the finals, so I ain't had shit to fight about.
Yep, that's right. Keep it real quiet over there.
I was on the sideline minding my business. Mm-hmm. People was asking for other people's opinion. I was like, bro, they ain't no eyes to speak on. It's up to y'all.
But you know what? We ain't gonna throw everybody business out there, but I understand why Jelani was mad.
Yeah.
Because those of you that are watching this that were in our league, you know the reason that was given, and that's why Jelani was upset.
Bruh. And on top of that, it wasn't like in my league that I lost when I was down by like 60 points. They was like 2 points separated.
Yo, no cap. It was like no cap. It literally was 60-40 at the time when they called the game. Yeah. It was like 60-40.
No, the fuck it wasn't.
You're right. It was like 65-35. You're right.
It wasn't. Dante, that's cap, bro. That's cap.
No, honestly, I wasn't winning by 2 points.
You were winning by a lot, though.
I know. No, we can agree on that.
Yeah, it wasn't what you just said, though.
No. I said it wasn't more. It wasn't 2 points, like you said.
It was like a point.
It was like 7.
Okay.
It was like 7.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? That's a considerable lead.
Listen, you got your money.
In the football world, 7 points, and you beat the team by 7 points. Well, you know.
A win is a win, dog.
And the NFL canceled it. I would have willingly played it more. The NFL canceled it. What you want me to do?
Yo, listen, like I said, I ain't mad at you. I understand it completely. Jay's always next season. All right, bro. Yo, I'm so happy I ain't had no wine up. That was the perfect drop.
That was the perfect drop for that.
Oh, man. Bro.
Yo, but Sean, how you doing, bro? How you doing, son?
Listen, I'm on one, bro. Mm-hmm. Hey, Chico. Nah,
you on 3, because it's not the brightest in here.
Me and one of my homies trying to bring back the word jabroni. So
did that word leave, though?
It left, though.
Did it?
Yeah, nobody was.
I bet you if you call somebody a jabroni, they get upset about it. I'm sure
you jabroni, you Rudy Poo.
What you just call me? Like, what you just call me that for?
I'm gonna take the glass off you, jabroni. See, put the camera in. You jabroni.
Yo, when I tell you Wrestling used to be my shit, yo.
Wrestling's still my shit.
Wrestling used to be my shit. Like, I used to wake up, watch Raw on Monday, SmackDown on, it used to come on Thursdays. It used to come on Thursdays. I used to watch both of them. It's just for me, after a while, bro, I'm not going to hold you. You know what? You know what turned me off to wrestling? I ain't going to hold you.
What?
They got too family oriented. And I know that's how that's going to sound, but hear me. Those of you that watched wrestling early 2000s, even mid 2000s, 2005, 2006.
They call it the PG era.
Yo, think about it. My boy, first of all, Do-Rag Vince McMahon is goated. And I understand that people might not like that, but Do-Rag Vince McMahon, son.
What we not going to do? Because Do-Rag Vince McMahon and Hulk Hogan is fucking racist. What we not going to do?
You know what I'm saying, homie.
That man looked John Cena in his face and said, "What's up, my nigga?" No. We not giving him a pass for that. Nah, B.
But you still watch wrestling. You're not gonna give him a pass, but you still watched it though.
Yeah, but I'm the motherfucker.
So you give him a pass then.
I'm the motherfucker in the crowd screaming, "Fire Vince! Fire Vince!"
But you paid for the tickets to say Fire Vince, so who really wins?
Vince. That's why I got the AEW shirt on. Scissor me, daddy.
But now, real talk, wrestling used to have like good ass storylines, like Undertaker and Kane being brothers. People getting literally. It sounds wild. Those, like, there were people in limos. Remember the episodes they were episodes where the dudes was trying to leave out of the parking lot and like they hit the limousine with a wrecking ball and wild stuff like that. The hardcore belt where you could beat somebody up in the bar. Bruh, that's when wrestling for me was like, oh, this is lit. And yes, literally they'd be at the bar like, yo, let me get a scotch and on the rocks. Somebody hit him in the back of the head with a stool, but you gotta defend that belt. Yo, I like that. But now a lot of it has become
not now.
Why not now?
Because you don't watch it now.
So what you gonna tell me that makes it different than what I'm about to say?
So what you're getting at, which I completely agree with, it went from the attitude to the ruthless aggression era. Mm-hmm. So the ruthless aggression era is when John Cena, Batista, and Brock Lesnar, and Randy Orton. That's the era they were all introduced in. Mm-hmm. So it was still somewhat aggressive then. Sometime around 2009, 2010, John Cena had started to becoming, it's literally John Cena's fault. Mm-hmm. He had started becoming this fucking Hollywood megastar.
Yeah.
So he couldn't really fuck up his body in ways that he used to do before. Mm-hmm. So since he was the biggest star, he got everybody online to basically make that shit really fucking childish.
Okay.
So there was a good 7-year period where it was just what you just said, very kiddie, very nonsensical. Like, yo, what the fuck am I watching?
Mark.
Like a 2-year-old could watch this.
Yeah.
And truth be told, I fell out of wrestling as well around that time. I've gotten back into it recently. It's not as good as it was. Then I don't
want to hear nothing you talking about.
No, see, but you can't do that. You're asking somebody to live up to a fucking godlike standard.
What I'm asking y'all to do is like don't get me used to something and then take it away from me.
That's like asking an artist today to go make Thriller or fucking Bad.
No, that's like asking Michael Jackson to make Bad or Thriller.
The same people who were there when you were watching
they're not.
They're not there anymore.
Exactly.
So how the fuck they going to do what they did?
My point. No, you're proving my point.
How?
So it's not as good as it was.
So what you just said, I would have to go ask Michael Jackson to remake those albums.
My point. You would have to bring The Rock, Stone Cold. You got to bring them back.
But he's not here anymore.
Then it can't be as good as it was.
I didn't say that. I just said it's not as good as it was.
Then you didn't change my mind, is the best way that I can put it. You're saying like, yo, the movie's almost rated R, but it's PG-13. So it's not rated R then. Okay, so then I don't really need to see it. Yo, Deadpool was almost rated R, but it's PG-13.
Listen, Deadpool was rated R.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is that's like saying, like, let's say they come out with the new Deadpool Wolverine movie and make it PG-13.
It was never going to go back to back in the day, bro. People were showing titties. Fucking, they were literally sexually assaulting people on camera.
Well, see, hold up, time out. That's not what I miss. You ain't about to do me like that.
No.
Because I know what you trying to do, bro. You ain't about to do me like that because that's not what I said.
I'm not trying to Me Too you. I apologize. Nah, that's not what he's absolutely right. That's not what he said. But my point being is...
Yo, these drops are killing me tonight.
My point is, if you go back to what you want, you're also asking for that part of it as well.
No.
Yes.
I want good storylines.
That's why you got to watch.
Nope.
Yo, Dante.
When people used to get chokeslammed through tables, there was no storyline needed. Because I know what you're going to bring up, stuff like Triple H and Stephanie McMahon, all that wild shit. That's not what I'm talking about.
I promise you right now, we were talking about it earlier. The storyline they have currently going on with the Bloodline, Roman Reigns, the Usos, all the people they're beefing with, is probably the best fucking storyline since Rock Stone Cold WrestleMania 17.
Okay.
That's how good this fucking storyline is. And it's been going on now for 3 years. And it gets fucking better. I've never seen a storyline go on this long and actually get better every fucking pay-per-view. It's nuts, bro. This shit, when they get old and this shit becomes a documentary, it's gonna be fire, bro.
Yo, if they come out with a documentary before The Rock and them get one.
Very oozy.
Very oozy.
Shout out to Sami Zayn. But yo, I'm telling you, like, wrestling right now, you can't compare it to back in the day. It will never be like that. It was more leeway to do shit back in the day. People didn't care as much. But for what you can get away with now, it's great. Now, don't get it twisted. Vince is trying to fuck it up. The shout out to Triple H, because when Triple H became head of creative for WWE, shit been up since.
You know why, though, right?
Why?
Because he was part of the era that I'm talking about.
Exactly. And
so he gets it.
Yeah, he gets it. Vince was there too, but Vince
See, that's why they got to bring out do-rag Vince.
Vince, that's his problem. Vince always want to do some shit that gonna get you canceled. Vince want to say nigga on TV. Vince want to have a fucking girl strip butt ass nigga in the ring. Like, come on, dog.
Vince McMahon was a wild dude.
Yo, he's still, bro. There was a clip he really made Stacey Keebler get naked in the ring.
Yo, son,
to become his assistant.
That's wild because I do remember that.
I do remember that.
They are wild. Like I said, I was here for the hardcore 24/7 belts. The ones where it's like you get chokeslammed off the cage. All of that stuff is what I'm rocking with. All that other stuff that you brought up, bro. Yeah, we could miss that. That if we're gonna make it PG-13 because that stuff can't happen, I'm cool with that. I'm fine.
Listen,
I'm cool with that. I can live with that.
It's funny we started off this episode talking about wrestling
because we wasn't even gonna talk about this shit.
Like we always say, it's a circle because today's topic is about growth. Today's topic about growth, not growing up.
No, growth. There's a lot of ways that you can grow, but with that, you don't have to necessarily grow up.
You always got to let your inner child come out every now and then. That's how you live life.
No, not even every now and again. Like, think about it. I'm just going to paint a picture for you.
I'm listening.
Have you ever heard somebody tell you before, you shouldn't laugh at that, or you shouldn't say those things, or whatever the case is? I don't even know what you're getting ready to laugh at right now, but I bet you it's something inappropriate.
It's so bad.
Exactly. But now for me to tell you in that sense, yo, bro, grow up. In a way, that means I'm telling you to stop being who you are. Right? I'm not saying that you can't like evolve as a person, but yo, we all have a general sense of humor. We have things that are funny to us versus others. I tell this to people all the time. If you don't want me to laugh at something, don't make it funny. Like, I understand how that sounds, but it's like, yo, if you're going to tell me like, all right, perfect example. My girl earlier told me something and was like, don't laugh. Finn, but the way she told it.
Oh, before Dante finished, Finn, I'm not laughing.
But the way she told it, and she knows, and the way that she told it was like, oh no, it's because you're animated. I didn't laugh at what was going on. I laughed at because it was animation behind it.
Okay.
So it's like, if you tell me don't laugh at something because it's inappropriate, I'll give you that, but then don't make it funny. I understand how that sounds, because even for me, like, that sounds kind of selfish, but if you're telling me, like, you come up to me like, yo, bro, I'm really going through it right now. Like, yo, I need somebody to talk to. I'm not going to laugh. But if you come up to me and like, yo, bro, let me tell you about the goofy shit I heard about. I'm going to laugh because once I hear the word goofy, I'm like, oh, this shit about to be funny. Yeah. And you be like, nah, some real shit went down. And it's like, oh, wait, this ain't funny. Okay. It's the way that you present it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So it's like, I understand what people mean by like grow up, you stop being a child. But in certain aspects, it's exactly what you said. Like, think about when you were a child. Things weren't so bleak as you were when you're an adult, because when you look at the world, it's like, nah, there's still things that I could be happy about.
Yeah, we had no bills.
That too. You know what I'm saying? But for me, it's like, okay, becoming an adult doesn't mean that I have to stop laughing or stop having a good time. Yes, there are inappropriate moments, and I acknowledge when I have those moments because they happen to me very often.
Inappropriate like my shirt.
Yes, just like that.
Daddy. Come on, Dante, you got to do it one time for one time. Don't do that, bro.
I'm good.
You going to leave me hanging? Let's go, Dante.
Why you do this?
You got to do it for the scholars. Yeah!
I hate this dude so much, bro. Only because you my boy, Blue.
You my boy, Blue.
But nah, like real talk, like in terms of, today's episode is all about growth. And it's not just growth like growing up and, becoming more of an adult. Because let's be real, what does the term being an adult mean? Everybody's going to look at it differently. If I say to you be an adult, you might think I mean like stop laughing at certain things. You might also think that I mean save your money. You might also think I mean spend your money more wisely. Whatever it is that you mean. Today's episode is all about growth, and it's about perspective. Because how you grow as a person is going to be different than me and Sean. It's not going to be the same. Right? Like, I'm going to tell you right now, I plan to laugh at inappropriate stuff until I'm well into my 80s or 90s. God willing, I live that long. I would love to laugh. And you know why? Because I'm going to be that grandpa that they go, my grandpa, he don't take nothing seriously. Like, I want to be the happy old man that someone looks at and goes like, he enjoyed his life.
Dante going to be upstairs with his grandkids like, smack it with a dick, smack it with a dick. Dick her in the eye, dick her in the eye. Blind the bitch.
See? It's things like that. I ain't gonna go that far, but like, showing a funny side of who you are. Like, I think what happens when people become adults, they automatically think like, we have to take life seriously. There are so many things in life that you should take seriously that sometimes you shouldn't take yourself too seriously. Like, some people really walk around here like they have to take the world so seriously. And I always ask them, but why though?
I don't understand people like that.
But why? Why you can't laugh? Or just because something is not necessarily funny to the world, why can't, if you find it funny, you go, nah, I can't laugh at that. But you find it funny. So now you're going to close off a part of who you are because essentially someone else is telling you be an adult.
I think people who do that allow outside influences too much to affect their decision making. Okay. Like, a part of growth is accepting that you're the person that you are. Now, understand that when I say that, if you're a motherfucker who likes to hurt people, you need to change some shit and figure it out. But if you know deep down that it's for you and what you do won't affect or hurt anybody, you can't be too worried about what everybody else thinks about yourself. And a part of growing and growth to me is understanding that, you know what, I am who I am. No matter who I'm around, no matter what situation I'm in, and it's going to be like that. I think just referring to the people you were speaking about, they're not able to grow and allow their growth to happen because, in a sense, they're fucking insecure about what they're doing with their life or just in general. I speak on experience. I used to be like that. Mm-hmm. I used to worry way too much what motherfuckers thought, what they cared about. Look at me now. I'm sitting here on the show with the Scissor Me Daddy ass.
Scissor Me Daddy ass shirt. Yeah, we see it.
Like, Kirby had on. Fucking Piper.
Yo, show them the Kirby, bro. You got the Kirby backwards. Show them the Kirby, son. You feel me? This is what I mean. Like, you don't have to grow up and become an adult. Yeah. I am a grown-ass man who still enjoys playing video games. Why? Because I enjoy them. Exactly. There's no other reason. I'll play them for hours. Don't give me a day when I don't have nothing. If I've done all my projects, I've gotten a chance to finally relax, and I feel like I've earned this time alone, I'm gonna play me some video games.
But don't get it twisted. And I'm gonna take the glasses and hat off. Well, I say what I'm about to say because I'm about to get real for a second. What I can't fucking stand is when people don't accept the fact that you're allowing yourself to grow. And you're not the same person you was 5 or 10 years ago. That shit bothers me to my core. Like, I'm just gonna be real. I still deal with it from day to day. Like, don't judge me on shit that happened when I was fucking 22, 23 years old. Grown ass man now. Like, I went through the shit that I went through so I can grow through it. If I hadn't went through some of the shit that I went through, I wouldn't be the person I am today. Yes, during the shit, I was mad as fuck. I thought it was bullshit. Mm-hmm. But at the same time, I'm really happy with myself. And ultimately, that's what fucking matters. I can't stand to be around people who can't accept the fact that you're not that same person. So when a new scenario happens, they automatically goes back to some old shit. Like, oh, this is how he handled it. No, it's not.
Mm-hmm.
No, the fuck it's not. Like, I tell you all the time, I've spoken about it on this show. One of my biggest things I always used to do was I used to complain about so much shit. Cool. Even after the Philippines trip, I don't do that shit as much as I used to. Because I've grown to the fact where I know that you can't just be complaining to complain. If you're not going to put any actions towards your complaints, you just fucking talking.
Stop bitching. No, I know. And honestly, I don't care how it sounds because I used to do it. It's the moments where those of you that know how I'm feeling know exactly where I'm going with this.
Put my hand glass.
I'm not calling anybody a bitch. What I'm saying is,
what's his favorite word?
Bitch. Well, we gotta say it like short. Bitch. But what I'm saying is, we all have moments where we complain just to complain, and you know you do it. I'm not saying that because there's no perfect person in this world. I can guarantee you that somebody who listens to those words knows exactly what I mean. You know what it's like when you complain about something that you have full control over, but you complain about it because why? You want that victim role to be there. Everything that we do in terms of growth starts with us.
Talk about it.
You can say things like, oh, I had a bad upbringing. I didn't get the opportunities that everyone else got. And all of those things can very well be true. And I will not negate those or discard those at all. But what I'm saying is, how come other people who have been in those situations have found a way to get out? It's not because they got a leg up. It's they found a way to grow out of that situation. And it's to your point. There's still people to this day. I used to do things that I don't do now. Like, I used to complain a lot more. I used to be a lot more in my feelings, getting sad very quickly and things along those lines. And I acknowledge those feelings. But now it's like, if people see that I'm about to get upset, they automatically go like, oh boy, here he go about to do that thing again. Yeah. Bro, I ain't do that thing in years. Like, what you mean?
Like, what the fuck you talking?
What you talking about?
Nothing irks me more than that. Like, oh,
he about to do that thing again, bro.
Like, you saying I'm about to do something that I did when I was fucking 19? Are you fucking kidding me?
Listen, let me tell you something. If I'm doing something when I was 19 and I'm doing now,
sun's off.
Definitely say that to me. Yes.
like from what I went through in my last bad relationship, I used to get, I don't want to say murdered or destroyed. That's the wrong terminology. But people used to come at me because they felt like I was taken away from the bad shit that she did. Don't get it twisted. What she did was fucked up. But I owned my part in it. I don't want to say instantly because I didn't do it instantly. I was mad as fuck for a couple months. But once I got out of my hurt phases of it and I started to really sit there and assess what happened and literally pinpointed all the things that went wrong from on both sides of it, I started to shift more of the blame on myself. And it wasn't on some, oh man, I want to get back with her. No, it wasn't like that. It was just more so in my development, in my growth, I understood that it's easy for you to constantly put shit on the person who did something wrong and not accepting the fact that you could possibly put them in a situation to make them, I'm not saying I made her, but at the same time, I do understand that the scenario that I created, because I technically created it, allowed for that shit to happen. And I think in understanding that is what helped me get over it finally. Because y'all was around for that shit. That shit tormented me for almost a year and some change.
I'm glad you brought that up because I want to talk about specific growth. And you can keep going because this is what my question is.
That's the end of that.
Oh, okay. I was about to say, because my thought is I want to know, and people in the comments, you know what I'm saying, on the IG, on the YouTube, whatever you like, I want to know, when it comes to growth, what do you think of? Like, when you think of perspectives, when you think of growth, do you feel as though growth only means that you have to, like, evolve into a different mindset? Do you think growth means that you have to change as a person? There's no right or wrong answer. You know what I'm saying? I just want to know what you guys think in terms of what growth could be. Because me personally, I wanted to bring up it's in the realm of what you said, like mentally growth, right? Mentally growing yourself. Because you can grow up or grow your mentality. And in the sense of saying like, okay, so the things that used to piss me off, I'm no longer going to allow them to. That doesn't mean that I'm letting it go. That doesn't mean that I don't care. It's just those things had so much power over my mental that I will no longer allow those things to happen. It's to your point of like, not even like romantic relationships. They can be relationships with other people in your family. They can be friendships. They can be people that you've known. I've said this before in episodes. There are people right now that I can promise you don't rock with me. And I get why they don't. But at the same time, if they understood where my mindset was, they would understand that I'm not a malicious person. It's just I'm not doing what you want me to do right now. And I respect that. That's fine. But I'm not a bad guy. I may do things that you deem as like, for example, I've had previous friends who have told me like, oh, I need to, you need to come around more, or I need to hear from you more. And my question would be, well, why? And it's not because I'm being, facetious. I'm not trying to argue with anybody, but at the same time, like, why? Why do I need to, and this is my thought process. Why do I need to always do something when the same thing you're complaining about, you're not even doing?
Talk about it.
So for me, in terms of like mentally growing, that would have triggered me if I was younger.
Thanks.
Oh, damn, I'm so bad. I'm sorry. I shouldn't have did that. And then I would have want to change it because, like you said, I want people to like me. Then I got to a point in my life where I realized, and this is good for everybody, you can resonate with this too. I want y'all to understand that you are literally special to yourself. And I don't mean it in a way that no one else will care about you, but the way that people will care for themselves will not always be the way that they care for you. So if you say things like, oh, I would never do that to them, that's fine. That doesn't mean that they won't do it to you.
Big facts.
You know what I'm saying? So once you can mentally understand that, it's like, oh, they're not a bad person. They just view the world differently than I do.
And yo, woo! Listen, that's real shit.
Nah.
Like literally, I said it a couple of episodes ago. I'll say it again. If you don't rock or love yourself, you can't expect nobody to love you more than you want to love yourself. And that's what it is. Like, I'll bring this. I don't know if I said it, but I'm gonna bring it up anyway. What the fuck? I can't remember exactly where I was at, but we were at a beach. We were in a beach setting.
Down by the beach, boy.
And, it is what it is. I gained some weight. I still have muscles, but I also have fat on me. I took my shirt off. I didn't give a fuck. We at the beach. I ain't keep no shirt on. It's hot outside. I sweat a lot.
The sun out here. What you mean?
Yeah, fuck.
The heater's on.
Fuck, I'm taking this shit off. If it was a nude beach, I'm getting butt ass naked. But,
you gonna look like Faison Love? When he was at, what was that, couples retreat?
Nah, that too. The fucking the golfing movie he did with Big Boy from Outkast. Oh, yeah. He's like, what he say? He's like, my dick's 3 inches from the ground. No, he said from the wall. But nah, so yeah, I take my shirt off, and some of the people I was with was like, oh, you just don't care. Why the fuck should I? I know what I did to get this type of body. I like to eat.
Food is good.
I need to stop eating so much. But at the same time, I'm comfortable with myself. I don't give a fuck what you think.
Yo, and let's be real.
And yo, I'm just going to be honest. Since I've had weight on me, girls like me more.
See? You know why?
My name, come on, respect it.
Respect it with a K.
Better put some respect on my name, dog.
But yo, honestly, that's also because when it gets cold outside, don't nobody want to be around somebody that can't keep no warmth in their body.
Shabba. Shabba.
But yeah, bro, like when you think about like growth in general, because I also want to ask another way of it. Like when you think of growth in terms of spiritually, I'm not talking about like just like, a religious denomination or anything like that. Like what I mean by it's kind of what you said to your point. Like spiritually, when you fuck with yourself, like when you rock with yourself, it's really hard for somebody to knock you off your pedestal. Because like spiritually, for example, I've always believed that there was some kind of entity that governed good versus bad. But again, that's all about perspective. But I've never had a denomination. I never looked at it and said, I'm this religion or I'm that religion. But I always believed in an omnipotent being in control of certain things. Now where I'm at in my life, bro, I have a really good relationship with God. And those of you that are a part of different denominations, this is not one of those things where I'm going to be like, oh yeah, my God is blah, 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 because I'm a firm believer that G-O-D can be spelled differently in different religions, but that doesn't mean that there's anything negated from that God that you believe in.
Facts.
Because at the end of the day, religion was designed for people to follow a certain set of governed rules. And let's be real, most of the scriptures from any religion have been written by man. So that's all about, again, perspective. So some can argue and say, who's to say that they're right? But that's not what this is.
And it was built on control.
It was. Because think about it. If perspective is being, like, let's say killing is actually perceived as good in some religions, how can we then tell them that's wrong? If that's what they believe to be true, granted, from our perspective, that's not something that I would constitute as a good thing.
But that's a part of the growth process in itself, because you can accept other people's beliefs and thoughts and still rock with them at the same way. And
exactly.
I think that's what ultimate peace is. That, like you said, it will knock you off your pivot in a sense, because nothing they could really do can take your peace away from you. I said this on plenty of episodes. My peace is everything.
Ooh.
You could be somebody that I could have a twin. If they fucking with my peace, I'm staying away from you. Like, we get one life. We gotta live this shit right. Like, you not fucking with my peace, bro. Like, I've quit jobs for fucking with my peace.
I don't know about all that. It's like, nah.
Yo, because
it's like, nah.
Yo,
I don't believe that.
Nah, see, when you, the thing I get at when I say that is that it was easier to quit those jobs because of my peace, because they didn't pay shit. Like, my job now, if it disturbed my peace, I would have to think about it.
I was about to say, you talking about back when we was in college and y'all was working them bullshit jobs. Because I had my fair share of bullshit jobs too, son. I'm like, you know what? I don't even need this. Because I still live at home with my parents, so I'm straight.
My job now, I'm like, I'm mad. And then I'm going to look at my
I'm going to be mad in this corner at my cubicle because, like, I got to think before I just up and quit.
I'm going to look at the pay stub and be like, okay.
It's like, you know what? Things ain't even all that bad, man. I be doing that thing that I always do when I was young.
But nah, my point being is, like, I don't allow shit to fuck with my peace. And as soon as I feel like it is, I'll begin to separate from it. Because you gotta understand that there's no fucking do-overs. Like, this shit is what you're gonna make it.
Bro, you know what helped me understand, like, just life in general? In terms of, like, spirituality. I've lost uncles. I've lost people who were actually my age. I've lost cousins. I've lost older people. I've lost younger people. And one thing life has always taught me is, yo, like you just said, Sean, we only get one of these things. So in terms of being Dante, yeah, I don't really want to give that up. And the only reason why is because, yo, I got to live with myself for the rest of my life.
He's like, yeah, I'm not doing that.
I'm not doing that. If anybody tells me, like, yo, bro, I need you to stop making so many jokes. Why? Because it's inappropriate. Oh, okay. So you're saying that I tell jokes at the wrong time. Okay, so I'm not going to stop telling them. I'm just going to stop telling them when you're upset about certain things. Because I have a very dark sense of humor. And the reason why is because growing up with my dad, shout out to my homie, that's my original OG right there.
Shout out to Big Burger.
The thing about him, he taught me.
I'm going to call your dad Mondo Burger.
Yo, you know what? Only people who know me understand why. I ain't gonna give y'all my last name.
No. So y'all can find his last name on other shit, but Dante's last name rhymes with burger, so
it don't even rhyme with burger. That's the crazy part. It don't.
It's similar. So
it's similar, but it don't.
When we met, I used to be in high school, like a mile away from Dante. I see him in the hall, I'm like, the burger.
Anybody who has watched the Pink Panther movie with Steve Martin, that's where he got it from. Where remember the part where he was trying to burger? Yeah, that's where he got that shit from.
Your dad is Mondo Burger.
But what I was going to say is, my dad taught me from a very young age that you got to find a way to enjoy life. Don't say no burger joke. Don't say no good burger joke.
You're the burger. Your dad is Mondo Burger, so that would make your mom good burger.
So what's my sister? Huh, funny guy?
She's small fry.
Yo, I swear to God, I shouldn't swear to God, but I hate you, bro. I hate you. What I was gonna say is,
would you like a brother dad?
Would you like an apple pie with dad? Yo. But what I was gonna say is, I just learned.
I did. Don't get mad at me. Don't get mad at me.
I'm chilling. It's kind of to your point.
Woo!
Those of y'all that seen that Burger King meme, y'all probably gonna be like, damn, why they bring that up? Because it was funny. It's things like that I mean, because...
Who's that? Wheezy at the drop-in, right?
No.
Who was in
You
that?
gotta look it up again, bruh. Because the original video of the Burger King one, would you like an apple pie with that? Yo, bruh, you gotta watch it to understand it, and that's how I'm gonna leave it. But what I was gonna say is, my dad taught me from a very young age that life is short. Right? He didn't say it in those exact words, but I watched as he laughed in certain moments that weren't funny. And it's not because he's an asshole. It's because he's trying to find joy when joy doesn't exist. That's something that I had to learn as I got older.
That's some deep shit.
Yo, because think about it, bro. When you're sad, it's easy to stay sad.
Because it's easy to dive into the sadness.
It's easy to be mad. It's easy to be sad. It's easy, bro.
I'm coming one with the darkness.
Step into the darkness. Yeah, but what I'm learning...
I want to kill my...
Yo.
I want to kill my dad. I want to kill my grandma.
Not you, grandma or dad, because I love y'all. He's speaking for himself. But what I was trying to say is just one of those things where I've learned that as serious as people take this life that we have... Yo, y'all gotta dial it back, yo. Like, enjoy it. There's so many things to be serious about. And life, I'm not gonna hold you, is not always one of those things.
Nope.
Yo, you can literally have a good time in a bad space. You know how many people don't like being around me because I laugh when things are awkward? Yo, because why do we need to sit here and be awkward? Why do we need to sit here and be angry? Why do we need to sit up here and be sad? I'm not saying that you can't feel, but like, yo, if you felt and you've even told me like, yo, I'm just trying to get over this, then don't be upset when I try to help you get over it.
That's why
my phone all falling and shit.
But that's why I hold on to shit, yo. Like,
I ain't gonna hold you. I have my good days and my bad days because I'm not perfect. I have my days where I'm down and I'm like, damn, I don't know. But it's those moments where I also talk to myself like, yo, you won't be like this all day?
Listen, that's why I promise you I don't hold on to shit. There's two things in my life that I've held on to, and those two things know that if I ever see them in person, I'm whoa! Whoa!
Rochambeau.
Nah, but other than that, I don't hold on to shit, bro, because it's like, I'm not going to lose sleep over it. I could be really fucking mad at something one day, wake up the next day and be like, it is what it is. Because putting that emotion towards it, it's not going to change the fact that it happened. And when you've been through bad shit, ultimately you grow through understanding how to learn how to deal with nonsense. I'm not saying how to ignore it. You don't ignore it.
You can't ignore it. But it's going to be there.
You process it correctly so you know, all right, I did this, which ultimately led to this happening. So now I know not to put myself back in this situation so that won't happen again.
But then also you got to understand that you're not perfect and you might end up in that situation again. You got to go, damn, Marshall going to be mad at that one.
No, but dead ass. And you ultimately, A, you can't be really down on yourself about it. B, you can't fall into the darkness and depression of bad shit when it happens. You gotta learn to understand and just keep going, bro.
There's a song by, I think his name is D-Train. The song's called "Keep On."
Yeah,
you gotta keep on.
You gotta
you have no choice.
You know what else I learned that from?
Oh Lord,
my boy Ash Ketchum. I say it again.
What'd he say? Go ahead, talk to the people. Then what'd he say?
Listen, oh yeah, right here. My man Ash said, at 10 years old, I'm not going to go out and catch 1 or 2 or 3, not even 4 or 5 Pokemon. He looked his mother in his face and like, bitch, I'm going to go catch them all. All of them.
Yo, let's not forget how he stared Mewtwo in the face.
In the face.
Mewtwo turned him into stone.
In the face of defeat.
Pikachu was like, Pika! Pika! And then Ash wakes up. I just love my Pikachu. He wasn't even mad at Mewtwo. Yeah. Imagine somebody turning you into stone and you just chilling. And then you wake up from the stone and it's like, you know what? I ain't even mad at you, bro. Because you was just doing what they tried to tell you to do.
He woke up and was like, Mewtwo, I know you a bitch ass nigga. You're not going to affect me no more. I'm just going to turn my back on you.
And I'm going to still go catch the rest of them.
Yep.
Catch them all.
And you're going to stop me. And he started catching shit that we ain't even heard of before. Y'all say the editors added these new Pokemon. No, Ash fucking discovered them because
we just ain't see it on camera.
After he caught them all, he was like, "Nah, fuck that. There's more."
I got them all. There's got to be at least one more.
There's like 8 versions of Pikachu.
Yeah, there's Pikachu, there's Pichu, there's Raichu, there's the ones. It's the red one and the blue one, Plusle and Minel or something like that. Like, yo, they got so many electric Pokemon now. Son. Electabuzz, Electakid, like you got all these Pokemon.
Hitmonchan, Hitmonlee. You got Pokemons that got the same name but don't evolve into each other. Ash did that.
Yo, we're gonna take this a little bit of a left turn because I ain't gonna hold you. I remember playing Pokemon Yellow, the one with Pikachu on the cover.
Yeah.
I found me a Hitmonchan and I was like, yo, he probably evolves into Hitmonlee and blah, 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 blah. Yo, they are 2 different people.
That shit crazy.
They ain't got nothing to do with each other.
Not a damn thing.
And they both fighters. It's just one gives a kicker and the other one's a boxer.
What the fuck?
One does kickboxing and the other one does traditional boxing.
It is crazy as hell because the kicker is Hitmonlee.
Damn, son.
If that show wasn't created by Asian people, that'd be some racist shit, bro. That'd be some racist.
You were watching a mess.
That'd be some racist shit. But fucking shout out to my boy Brock for being the only black character on the show.
Yo, let's not. Honestly, they had to do Brock like that, bro.
Brock's specialty was throwing Pokemon.
No, Brock's specialty was women. He caught one rock Pokemon, and that's the only one he used.
Well, then, Brock was the
Brock used to see the Pokemon trainers Ash be like, yo, we gotta get ready. Brock was like, yeah, I'm getting ready. Put his collar up. Yo, so you got a man?
Brock was like, yo, I'm getting ready. But he's bitching.
You feel me? Ash was like, yo, we gotta fight these trainers. Brock was like, I'll do something with an F, but it ain't gonna be fighting these trainers. You feel me?
Misty was uncomfortable every episode.
Because Misty would be like, guys, oh my God, my Squirtle got me wet. And Brock would be like, oh, word?
Yo, stop it.
Yo, Charmander's got my pants hot. Brock would be like, oh, word?
Why don't you take them shits off? Yo, Brock was a whole
damn, I got electrocuted. I feel the electricity too, boo.
See? That's why I'm happy that we were able to understand who to properly follow. We fucked with Ash. We all knew Brock was a creep. So we didn't follow Brock.
Bruh, I remember the episodes where they would run to the Pokemon Center like, oh my God, my Pokemon are in trouble. Brock see Nurse Joy and be like, oh damn, my Pokemon ain't that much trouble. How you doing?
Yo, good to have the one on my mouth. This shit would be all over the table.
Yo. It's the drops, bro.
Oh my goodness.
Brock is hands down one of, like, that's where I learned, like, what it looks like to genuinely be a creep. Yeah. Like, Brock used to just walk into places and they'd be like, yo, we about to go get some ramen. Brock would be like, nah, y'all see that waitress though? Hold up, Ash, hold up. She got my Onyx going crazy. They're like, yo, he in the Pokeball. I ain't talking about the Pokeball,
Brock was in the gym, Brock hard. Geodude was like, I don't know who Pokemon that is. The fuck?
Yo. Son. Yo.
Nigga was
my
like,
goodness.
Nurse Joy was like, Brock, you supposed to like rock Pokemon, not be brick all the time.
Damn, son.
Honestly, but that's where I learned about it, son. Like, Brock was wild. And I didn't realize it till I got older because it's like, oh, he was making the heart eyes. They supposed to be doing business and Brock over here doing this shit.
Distracted. Brock is exactly what you're not supposed to be.
Yo.
Ash was determined. Ash ain't get booty blinded. Ain't nothing pussy take over him.
Misty was like, Ash, it's yours. He's like, hold on. You see that Pokemon over there? Yeah. Hold on, you do your thing. And Brock was like, Misty, I got you. What's up?
Ash looked Misty in her face. Ash looked Misty in her face was like, yo, you want to help me be the very best that no one ever was?
She's like, I mean, I can help. And he was like, nah, I need somebody who's really going to be down.
She was testing him. He was like, no, bitch, catching them all is my road test. And the trainer is my cause.
Brock was like, I got this Onyx for you, though. What's up?
Onyx was trash.
Yo, Onyx wasn't trash. The show made, think about it. My boy was like 14, 15 feet tall. Theoretically, that's a big-ass Pokemon. He should be beating a lot of them. A lot of them, I get they have weaknesses and things like that, but he's big as hell. Because Gyarados was out here wilding.
Gyarados was that dude, bro.
You go ahead and find a Magikarp flopping around the floor. You kick it real quick. That shit be big as hell in 2 seconds.
Life is a circle. let's put life into perspective like that.
Did you see?
Look at Magikarp, how he start off. He start off as this weak ass. I ain't fucking with you ass, floppy ass.
That's it.
Like you a whole bitch in the water. Catch me on a good day. I'm gonna grow into this fucking unstoppable giant.
That's it.
I'm gonna look you in your face and say you ain't shit. Everybody gonna want me now. What's up?
You seen the Pokemon Detective movie? With Ryan Reynolds as Pikachu?
Yes.
Bruh, that's a good ass movie.
That's a good ass movie.
Perfect example. When he was playing Pikachu, he's like, yo, he just needs a little push. He grabbed the Magikarp, slammed him on the floor, nothing happened. Then shit started going wild. He just evolved into the big ass Gyarados, took out the entire arena. It was him versus Charizard. Yeah. Took out the entire arena in one Hydro Pump. That was it.
And
that was it.
And that's how you gotta be. You know, we in this world full of Magikarps. You might be a Magikarp yourself. But you know, at the end of the day, you have the potential to just fuck shit up when you want to, dog.
Yo, see, that's that growth.
That's that growth, bro.
Because think about it.
We all got that Gyarados inside of us.
Think about it. We've all felt like Magikarp before. We have. Where it's like, yo, damn, am I doing the right thing? Is this really going to work? I feel so weak and vulnerable. Then you have that moment where you like, hold up. I forgot who the fuck I was.
Yeah,
I forgot who the fuck I was for a second.
I'm going to be all right in a couple of days.
I'm going to be all right.
Be all right.
You know why? Because that's that growth.
And I'm drowning everybody.
That's that growth. I'm drowning everybody.
I'm catching cases on all you bitches.
But now, as we get close to the end of the episode here, we do want to make sure that y'all understand we have jokes. We play around. We have our fun because, like we just talked about, life is serious, yes, because we live in it. But you don't always got to be so serious in every moment. Like, you could have fun. You could joke about stuff that may not be as appropriate as other people think. But if you're around the right people, they won't tell you like, yo, you being inappropriate right now, man. Like, think about it. I'm going to leave us with this last gem before we get on up out of here. I'm going to let Sean do his wrap up as well. When it comes to growth, honestly speaking, you got to do what's best for you.
Facts.
You have to grow in what you deem to become a better person will be, because it's not just about men. It's not just about women. It's about people. Growing to become a better person is all about perspective. If what you're doing works for you and you're not harming anybody, yo, keep it up. Keep being great. Keep doing your thing. If you do some things that, you may not be the happiest about or you don't like about, cool. Like Sean said, you got to find ways to love yourself, because if you learn how to love yourself, those things that you see originally as flaws, those become your superpower, right? If I'm always, for example, I get in my feelings a lot. You know why I think that's my superpower? Because I understand myself. I know when like, oh, wait, I'm about to go off on the deep end. Let me take a couple moments and bring it back.
Emotional.
That takes growth, though. And I used to think that being emotional meant like, oh, he going to sit up here and cry. Like, no, emotional simply means that you understand all of the emotions that you're going through, whether you're angry, whether you're happy, whether you're sad. Those are emotions. So if you can grow as a person and understand like, it's okay to be happy. It's okay to laugh in inappropriate moments. It's okay to have fun. It's okay to be sad. It's okay to be mad. But at the end of the day, how do you really want to be? Do you always want to be angry? Just on the flip side, do you always want to be happy? Maybe you're always happy because there's something that you're avoiding. Done that before. Done it. So I understand how some of us may feel, but ultimately today's episode was all about ways that you can grow to be a better person for you. So we talked about mentally, spiritually, but you don't necessarily need to listen to me and Sean and go like, oh, I'm going to do exactly what they say. Nope, because if you fuck around and do what we tell you to do, you might be really upset with the way that the results that you get, because we do it the way that we do it. And I do my shit, he do his, and we do our things separately. So if you know that you want to do something for yourself and better yourself, go after it.
And I'm happy you said that, because ultimately you have to understand as well that we all grow at different speeds.
Oh, yes.
So in knowing that, don't compare yourself to anybody else. Even when you think people got it figured out, trust me, they probably don't.
Oh.
Because we all are learning this shit as we go and as we grow through what we call is this life. You're going to be okay at the end of the day. Like D said, as long as you ain't hurting nobody, you got time to figure this shit out. Just don't be down on yourself and understand that you're going to be all right.
Yo, last thing, promise. And then we done. Promise.
Got you.
You know what I realized yesterday?
Yeah.
I'm at an age now where I remember being younger and looking up at the adults and be like, yo, y'all got it all figured out. To now where I'm at, it's like, oh, y'all didn't have it all figured out. Y'all just thought y'all was doing what was best.
And now you realize why them niggas is always
And
mad.
now I understand why some of the older people be upset,
Now you see
bro.
why them niggas is always mad. Like, oh, I get it.
I understand.
You
It's
wasn't
like,
mad that I spilled the juice on the couch.
You was mad at all these other things, and that was the straw that broke the camel's back.
I get it.
All right. Understood. So y'all go out here, y'all be great. Y'all keep growing and learning who you are. I don't give a damn if you're 70 years old, because one thing I've learned about life in general, you are always a student in life. Because it don't matter how old you get, you can always learn some new shit, yo. So y'all go out here and be great. I know Sean about to do some nonsense, so I'm going to let him do it. Because that's my boy. You my boy, Blue?
If I ever was WWE champ, I would wear my belt like a hat.
Head big enough for it.
Listen, the talent beats. On that note, Dante's for real. Here's out, baby. Woo! 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 No one's ever wore a belt like a hat. I'm gonna do that shit.
No talent beats. Play us out, brother.
No talent beats.